We are here for you. Everything is going to be okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on.
He was getting
on,
man.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Freaking.com. I'm standing here with David Krause of Keene, New Hampshire. Because you're just released from jail after basically refusing, or at least briefly, to move from in front of a police vehicle that was trying to arrest a marijuana person arrested for marijuana possession. And you had a couple interesting thoughts about the demeanor of the cops, some of the things they said.
Yeah, the arresting officer. Well, it wasn't just I didn't move. It was initial, and then I kneeled down, and then he wanted to put my hands behind my back, and I clenched them together. Repeatedly, some of the video that was taken, they should see me talking to him. I repeatedly suggested that I would be happy to allow him to handcuff me. Just didn't want to be behind my back. The reason being the police car seats are very hard, and I was worried of being uncomfortable, and it was, but I adjusted. They were eventually forced, and then I didn't cooperate initially, so they had to pick me up. But the arresting officer, he was the undercover cop who arrested the first gentleman for pot possession, and he had another police officer drive me to the police station. And initially, he seemed rather agitated, and he calmed down real quick after I asked him why are you so angry. And we chit-chatted briefly. And then got to the police station. The initial arresting officer, he took over taking me into the police station again, and he seemed very, very angry. Like my resistance, my refusal to cooperate, or my civil disobedience, was towards him personally.
So Nashua has decided to flip out.
As though he personally was the person I was resisting, and it wasn't. But
And you said, what did he say about mace?
He threatened to spray me twice.
Assaulting a peaceful person. We are in a free society. Do not mace him. Stop it! Stop it! He's holding mace.
The second time, I'm not certain if he threatened or he said something to the effect of, because I don't hear very well. He said something to the effect of, he either said I am two seconds away from being sprayed, or I was 2 seconds away from being sprayed.
And he was willing to do that in front of all the cameras, or was he
yes,
trying to do it in quiet and dark?
The first time was actually he threatened it right before the second cop managed to pull my arm and they handcuffed me.
Oh.
That was the first time he threatened to mace me, or spray me. And the second time was in the police department.
Now I want to talk a little bit about the young man who he's a longtime local who just came out at the last minute, heard about it, not an activist, and he was the first one they targeted.
Yeah.
And you said you saw him when you were in the jail too?
I passed...
Lewis is his name, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, he was there. He was in the cell a couple doors down from me. And I did say when he got out to visit freaking.com and the New Hampshire Underground so that he can get some support for this, so he's not kind of left out there on his own.
Right. It's going to be, I don't know how we're going to find him, but if he can find us...
He's got the same court date as or arraignment date.
That's good. As long as he can find us, he can get whatever support he wants so that we are able to give him, you know. I mean, I think it's almost more important to support him than it is to support you and Catherine, I think, because he just sort of came out of the woodwork.
He's not an activist. This is not something that he's done before. So yeah. I would tend to agree.
And you know what his charge was?
Probably possession, but no, I don't.
I was just interested in why they singled him out. I wonder if they had any kind of special reason to single him out.
There was speculation. I almost hate to say it, but there was speculation it might have been racism. There was one guy had like a 2.5, 3 foot long water pipe bong thingy. Yet they picked him out for smoking I saw the butt right before they arrested him. I think it was like that big. It was undercover cop. There was a bunch of people smoking.
Well, we'll see. I know that in Keene, what happened there was the first guy to be arrested wasn't even a marijuana charge. It was an unrelated warrant. They I was wondering if they were maybe going through the crowd looking for unrelated warrants, but I have heard no indication that he has any kind of outstanding warrants or anything like that.
The bail bondsman told me that he has had previous legal issues. Not all victimless crimes. I think he had some minor theft or something, shoplifting or something. But I tried to explain to him, there's a difference. Okay, he did the stuff at that time. What he did today, there was no victim. Nobody could say he was blowing smoke in their face. Nobody could say he was harassing them or doing. There was no victim.
He was doing something way more constructive than what most cops do every day.
No, they were undercovers looking to bust somebody.
Yeah.
And he just joined up a bunch of people looking to do a combination of legalization of marijuana or decriminalization.
The video I have doesn't even begin to show you just how dramatic it was. The community was just opening up. Every house was opening up, and people were pouring out of it. Was what it looked like to me. People were crossing the street. They were coming out of the woodwork after all these arrests started. And I've never seen anything like that before. I saw, after I got released from jail, someone showed me on this little camera cell phone, it was actually a video of the different police cars. Someone counted 13 cars, but it was like a little triangle park. It's like a little park and a triangle between 3 roads, intersecting 3 roads. And there was a cop car. There was cop cars lined up all 3 sides. It was really heavy police presence. Oh yeah, it was a panic. I mean, in terms of the way they were driving, I know the officers on the scene didn't seem panicked once they got there, but man, they sure drove.
It was a
crazy.
huge overreaction. At one point, they brought a dog out. I did hear the dog, but I don't know where it was.
Yeah.
And hell, it could have been in front of me. I kind of lost track of whatever was going on because I was preoccupied with other things. But they brought the dog out, and took it back away, and a bunch of cops. There was no violence, no aggression, no victim, nothing, and they just arrested a guy for pot. I saw someone else standing in front of the cop car and decided to join. They arrested me and not her. And then they arrested someone else for videotaping, I guess, too close to me or something.
All right, well, as always, thanks for your courage, David. It seems to never run out.
Yes, it does. But no, the more people that do this, it takes individual initiative. The more people that do this, the more it will be easier for the next person. I think there's a lot to be said for softening them up a little bit. Initial, direct, non-violent, non-aggressive. I didn't cuss the cops out. I didn't get in their face. I did bite my tongue a few times, particularly for the really angry cop. Not completely, but I didn't really want him to beat me down. After he threatened to mace me or told me how close I was to being maced the second time, I waited to say anything until I was in the little office area where they actually wanted to book me. There was another cop there.
All right. Thanks, David.
What are you arresting this man for?
You've seen the dramatic Liberty arrests in Keene, New Hampshire. Now see 111 reasons why you should move there and reinforce these gutsy activists. Keene's advantages are compelling, and the list of reasons to move has just been updated. For details, visit freekeene.com.